Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Sorry, meant to say good afternoon.
What?
There we go. Okay. Good evening. Yeah, my Streamlabs changed my default audio device.
Oops.
We're here, and as professional as always, this is a very official professional outfit. Thank you for being here and joining us for another night of Dungeons and Dragons. Or some homebrew spin-off thereof.
Dungeons
Whatever
and
we want at
Dragons
this point.
and dragons.
Meta is futile and all that.
The meta is indeed futile. Thank you guys for joining us. We hope you had a great week. Quick recap. Last time we were here, Marius returned with a black eye and no answers.
Didn't lose a bar fight.
Didn't lose a bar fight, as far as you remember.
Are you sure?
Sure.
Edwin was accepted into college. Good job, Edwin.
Yay!
And explored the library. Almost said desert. I'm not entirely sure why. Boffin was informed that he is not a hipster. Congratulations, Boffin.
Good job, Boffin.
Is this a D&D campaign, or is this just like normal day-to-day?
This is just apartment living. The game.
It's just apartment living.
Yeah. Don't worry, you're not a hipster. Oh, okay. Oh, thank God.
What's a hipster?
A beatnik, maybe.
Yeah, absolutely a beatnik. 1000%.
Okay. And to get to the fantastical, magical part of the game, they are meeting the queen of the elven land of Valerin. So they walked into the court. Last session, we cut to black. And that's where we are now. Does anybody else have anything to add to our recap as I continue to sip my tea?
Edwin's hoping they don't ask for tuition. So he broke.
No, but you do have to buy your own textbooks. So.
No.
Mostly that Gail's nervous, but she's just gonna treat this as another briefing. And everybody voted like everybody voted that she'd do the talking.
Everyone was like, so Gail, you know, you got this, right? You're the leader, right?
Yeah, okay.
Gail was voluntold to speak to royalty.
Boffin's definitely a bit on edge because things did not go great the last time he was in a throne room.
What are you talking about?
I'd like to say Marius would like to say something, but knowing the party thinking he's a country bumpkin, absolutely they would not let him say
It all went out with a bang.
It definitely went out.
Show the head.
Crack of thunder.
Counterpoint, Boffin's still alive.
This is true.
Alright. So let's get stuck right in if everybody's ready. We don't have any announcements other than buy art from our artists. They're pretty great.
On our Discord server, we have fun.
Join our Discord server, losers.
We do have fun.
We have fun. We have fun.
Join the hell then.
Something.
We
We got a Minecraft.
Join
legal
the
reasons.
Grey Knights.
There you go. I was gonna say for legal reasons, we are not affiliated with the Helldivers.
And you just reminded everybody that Helldivers 2 exists and the viewer count goes to 0 as everybody flees.
Okay, but you guys have to listen. You guys can play it on your other monitor, but you have to lurk. Okay, that's the deal. We're all agreeing to this. You have to lurk at our stream for our viewer count. You can play it on the other monitor.
Do I get to
Just remember.
play Helldivers
No.
on
No, we need you.
Just remember. Up, left, down, down, down.
Okay.
Alright.
Get you out of every jam.
It doesn't.
And kills most of your team, but don't worry about that.
Okay. As
All right.
Good. Excuse.
I'm pretty sure everyone was with us too, like all of our
Yes.
backups. Okay, good.
Yep. Everybody is.
Oh, thank God.
Everybody's there.
Yeah.
Ahead of you.
Captain Lastaros is there. Don't know about Lieutenant Stormcreek.
Stormkrieg is not. He is still enjoying his convalescence elsewhere. I think I used that word right.
Mm.
He's
I don't
earned
know,
it.
I've
let's
never
be
heard it
real.
before.
What you're talking about?
Queen Imril stands before her throne on its dais, looks down at you. She is
Gale's just taking a moment, just
she is tall and fair. She looks down and you have business for the court.
yes, Your Highness. We excuse me. We are emissaries of a sort from Gatewatch. And we have alarming news that for the Forest of Valeran. I am Knight Confirmand Galinian Falk of the Greymoor Grim Knights. With me are my companions. And she's gonna gesture to everybody to just kind of chime in with their name.
Boffin's gonna do a very formal bow, not his little fancy flourishing ones he usually does to you all. It's a very formal, almost stiff, and introduce himself as Boffin Barrow, former guard to the King of Greymoor.
She frowns at that.
Soliana will do a practiced noble curtsy. She's out of practice at that, but she remembers. And she'll introduce herself. So Soliana Bagwin.
Marius will strike a country pose. He's looking pretty relaxed here, so he's just
Side glancing at various.
just a gentle nod. Very small. I am part of the Hill Thunder Mercenaries.
Oh, Marius. I've heard your name before.
Hopefully good things, I hope.
Certainly things.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance, man.
The pleasure is mine.
Gale's just gonna
Certainly.
kind of look back at Marius.
The
That-
side eye that Marius gets from Soliana and Gale.
Like, so somehow a
everyone
dragon knows of him, and now Elf Queen knows of him.
Like, Marius, what the fuck?
To be fair, he doesn't know the Dragon Lady.
I didn't know the
I guess
dragon.
Edwin will just do the same and just the formal court bow. And just Edwin Illumis. Also from Vilmont.
If these concerning reports I've been hearing are true, then I may have more to speak to Mr. Barrow and Illumis than the rest of you, but please continue.
Of course.
Confirm the dire news that my realm has heard.
Of course, Your Majesty. At the end of Second Blooming, Gatewatch was struck by a shock force of undead. We are among the few who managed to escape alive and make our way westward into the forest. And as far as we know from my own superior, Lieutenant Stormkrieg, who is currently still in Tolminith, I believe.
I believe.
He has reported that King Morvain is targeting the elves more than others. all Valeran citizens in Gatewatch at the time of the attack have been put to the sword.
She stops there for a moment. That would be perhaps the most grave offense that in all of my years of rule I have ever heard, if it is true.
I have no reason to doubt my superior, Your Majesty.
You are of the Grim Knights, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You may not have reason to doubt your superior, but I do have reason to doubt your order.
I am aware. As we traveled further into your forest, we were ambushed by an older gentleman who seemed to have a very large undead creature, troll, I believe, or something of
Ogre.
the sort. An ogre, that's right. One of the Valeran Rangers was among those undead. Gale just kind of takes a moment, just kind of adjusts her shirt collar and before she continues. We reached TMiF and spoke with Captain the Staros of the Watch. Or no, that was Lathiel. I'm sorry, I am getting a little bit mixed up. There's a lot.
We've been traveling for a while.
We spoke with Captain the Staros and Lathiel. He validated our concerns, and we were told to speak with another ranger who was recovering in TMiF. My comrades were able to do so, and I was unfortunately indisposed, along with Boffin, by a spider attack underneath the city.
I have heard of this.
It was not great, Your Highness. But we did manage to put those. We did manage to take care of that problem. But I am concerned for that still.
And
And
so.
And Gale's just gonna nod. And on our way from TMiF to here, we were waylaid by shadow creatures and some sort of shadow hound. Those nearly killed us. She just kind of shakes her head. The ranger told my comrades that she has seen strange, hunched men coming into the forest, and strange symbols carved or constructed of sticks, I assume. I don't know if anybody has that picture of it.
I do, yes.
Oh, thank you, Edwin. And that symbol is... I am not familiar with it, but some of us may be. Its meanings are not wholesome. My superior, the lieutenant, confirmed that there are strange men patched together, Your Highness, making their way into the forest. I'm not sure what to make of that myself. We also spoke with the headmistress of the Arcane College in Lathiel, and she told us that she was going to have a look into the situation herself.
And the rest of you corroborate this.
Every bit.
Every step of the way.
And more beyond. Sorry.
I see.
Soliana's going to add, we were in my acting troupe and we were in Greymore at the time. I can vouch for how ruthless the forces are.
We have had our agents in Greymore since the usurpation of the king.
Gail's just going to kind of perk up a little bit and just...
This is no surprise to us, but we do not meddle in the affairs of others. Greymore must mind its own.
Your Highness, that's our concern with bringing this news to you.
I understand.
We don't think Greymore is going to mind its own for very long. We think Greymore is going to make it
But Artie isn't.
well everyone else's problem.
I understand what you are saying, and you are not the only ones to bring me this counsel. Your ranger friend that you spoke with and Lieutenant Tyrann have both brought this to me multiple times before, and I will not risk open war with our neighbors so soon after the last. It has only been 346 years since our last war. If war comes to us, then we shall fight it off, tooth and nail, and they shall not enter our borders.
Your Highness, if I may, they already have.
Cautiously.
They already have.
They already have. The undead that I spoke of with the ogre were sent to waylay us, specifically to stop any word of what happened in Gatewatch and further in from reaching Tuldarom.
I appreciate your concern for our people, and I share it. I myself do not have the gift of foresight. I rely on others who do. And I have already looked into these futures. There is always a threat on the horizon. And I do not doubt that King Morvain is attempting to poke his fingers into places he does not belong. But do not underestimate Valeran's strength. We are a tenuous people who have been here since before the barrier. Greymore has always been a warsome bunch.
Such is our history.
My court seer here, Elion, and is going to gesture towards the right side of the room, your left, and a young elf man who kind of just gives a little nervous eye. Has looked into the possible futures of our tale. And all of the threads so far point to a peaceful party Beyond that, we have very little visibility, as the story shifts constantly. But I do not anticipate military action on my part now will foster a peaceful party.
Understood. We only bring this news to warn you of the potential ahead. We don't know when Morvain will strike. Only that he seems to have certainly set his sights upon the tombs here in Tolderom.
That actually kind of takes her back a little bit.
He wants the remains of all who have passed and been placed here.
He has already targeted elven tombs.
How do you know this?
It was your superior, Gale?
She's just gonna nod. Yes.
She frowns and
He's already started cracking open elven tombs back on the edge of Greymore.
Apparently our kind respond better to his experiments.
You may be too young to know this, but the Grim Knights have a history of saying whatever they think it will take to get others to rally to their cause. Their cause is noble, but the demand for a legion to clear a small necromancer's cavern is not reasonable. So I must take everything you say, everything that comes from your superior, with a grain of salt. You do seem an honest woman. All of you seem like honest folk, and I genuinely do appreciate what you're doing for our people. I cannot take everything your superior says with complete sincerity, though.
I understand.
Too often has the realm of Valeran rallied forth to fight some horrid undead foe, only to find an old man with a gnarled stick trying to make a couple of bones dance.
At this, Gale's gonna look at Edwin and Boffin.
Yeah, but Your Majesty, this is different. This is the Prince of Greymore, well, the assumed King of Greymore, who is the necromancer here. This is not, and he has others under him that also perform these magics. This is not some lone madman.
Do not doubt my understanding here. I know of what's happened to old King Morvain. He was the first sane king of his line, in recent memory anyway. And it is terrible what occurred there. But wild men in the woods are not particularly new on the timescale of the elven mind. To the younger folk, it may seem as though this is all unprecedented and strange, but our borders have never been breached, and we do not foresee them being breached now. Elion has been very clear that the only thing that brings enemy forces into Morvain before at least the next year is our own action. Now, speaking of the tombs has disquieted my heart somewhat. I will bring forces, some of them, back to defend Tolderom, and to quiet Lieutenant Tyrion's incessant letters, at the promise of not receiving more than one every week. I will issue a few more for his garrison. For your great work, and I do not doubt your courage, nor the challenges that you have faced to bring this to me, you will also be rewarded. For as long as you're in Valerian, there is an apartment currently unoccupied on the lowest crown that I can offer to you. And for your efforts, I can award each of you a sum of money.
We are grateful, Your Highness. And I hope that such a breach does not come to pass. But it is my duty as a Grim Knight to remain worried for the common people when it comes to undead.
Having spoken to as many of your forebears as I have no doubt that you and all other Grim Knights take that duty fatally seriously.
Yeah. To the grave, as it were.
Eye roll.
Edwin, I hate to put you on the spot, but if Her Majesty would like to know anything that went on in the castle itself, Edwin is what's the word? He escaped the keep to come with us.
That was very brave for you, Master Wizard.
Great was to himself.
Yeah, you might be able to provide some better insight on what they're actually capable of there.
He took the
Like,
court.
They have a lot more than just a handful of necromancers. I mean, the court wizard is one of them.
We have his book to prove it.
Had his book.
Oh, you had his book. Had his book.
It's being rebound, I believe.
In the process of. He's gone through lengths to go through with some of the experimentation and stuff that they mentioned.
These reports are disturbing, and I do take them quite seriously.
Vibe check.
Right.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
You can-
Yeah, Boffin's definitely wondering how this is going. Like, she seems to not be too worried, but I don't know if that's just to be.
Are we
So
being
y'all go
reassuring?
ahead and give me a perception, please.
Oh boy. Oh, perception?
Or, sorry,
Insight.
insight, thank you. The old noodle ain't working overtime today.
Nope.
Nope.
She's super just does not give a crap. She might be the worst queen you ever met. It's a bit of an exaggeration. Of course, you probably haven't met that many queens, so...
Not real ones.
Yeah.
Is Boffin able to get any idea to how this seems to be going? It does not.
I
seem to be
will
going.
I will allow an insight from Boffin as well.
Okay. Oh shit. Okay. All right.
Both of us, man.
Sir.
Boffin, down with the bourgeoisie.
How does royalty Boffin like eat
Often,
the
well,
rush?
just Valerian's gonna die.
Right.
Time to get the fuck out of here, then.
Shit, is it Boffin Gambit time?
And I mean, if we're
Doesn't
just
wanna die,
continuing
obviously.
with warnings, it's not just usual undead that they have. He also has a vampire and numerous spawn. Part of his campaign, and
A vampire. Are you all Grim Knights?
no.
We've been deputized.
For your news is all very grim.
It's because it is grim.
I suppose that's what happens when an entire town falls and several people die.
Several people, but
And I understand your view of history is longer, and you say that Greymore has caused problems in the past, but again, has Greymore ever been headed by a necromancer king before?
She thinks for a moment.
Enlighten this young person.
Boffin's gonna piss the queen off.
I recall from the history books that before the division, the tower was built as a ward against enemies from across the sea. Led by a necromancer, no. Led by a man with a slave army, yes.
Suppose that's kind of close.
Well, the undead generally
Of vampires,
don't.
though.
They did on the outside or did on the inside?
Yes.
Unfortunately, undead don't always, scatter and flee when you take their master down.
No, we found that out the hard way as well.
So if none of this has, makes you think that the action is required, what would it take?
Master Halfling, I will not declare war on a nation that has not declared war on me.
Do you think he's gonna do it all official-like?
The
He didn't
tragedy
declare
of
war on his father, he
Gatewatch.
just showed up one day.
The tragedy of Gatewatch is a tragedy, but Gatewatch is not Valeran's territory.
We understand.
Gatewatch is Greymoran. They built Gatewatch to keep an eye on the elves initially.
And there are Valerian citizens in Gatewatch that have died.
Possibly
Still missing.
been raised as undead or contorted or patched together, as much as that really unnerves me to say.
And you would have me send the best and brightest of our own defense into Greymore for some of them to become the same.
We would have you not dismiss it just because the party is near.
A man steps up behind her and she just holds up her hand.
Gail's gonna kind of turn to Soliana and just kind of give her a calm down sort of look, and just kind of gesture with her hand, just bring it down a little.
Soliana will take a step back.
Queen will straighten her back and the room begins to dim slightly. Candles start to burn a little lower. The sunlight even seems to filter in a little bit less joyfully. I would expect better from you. We do not go to our enemies. We make our enemies come to us. If Valeran must fight, then Valeran will fight on Valeran's terms, which are not your terms. Your vision is as narrow as your mind restricts it, and I will not take military guidance from an actress.
Got him.
Damn!
I have offered your reward for
Forgive.
your very, very appreciated information. I will not risk Valeran lives by reaching out to excuse me, to provoke open war when it could be avoided with quiet war. Do not presume that we do nothing.
Honestly, that is
Gale-
all
Gale's
we
just
were
gonna kinda just-
asking. We're not
Gale's just gonna
asking
kinda
you
just-
to invade Greymore. We just want to make sure that this threat is being treated seriously.
Forgive me, I spoke out of turn.
You all forget.
Apologies. We just...
You just thought.
No, we only wish that it all works out for the best, with as few lives lost as possible.
We're more
And I
than
hope-
willing to do our part to help keep Glaren safe as well. If you have any way
And I
that
hope,
you
Your
think you can
Majesty,
assist with that.
I hope that you are correct. And I trust that when the time comes, Valeran will handle its own.
When elves go to war, young Grim Knight, we do so with focus and surety,
Of course.
and we do not make a habit of leaving generations to resent us.
Of course not. That does remind me of what Grandma would say. Always telling me to focus. I believe that we have told you what we have come to tell you, and if you have no questions for us, Your Majesty, then we will go on our way.
All that I have left to say is that be careful what you offer. She's looking at Boffin here. Lest you be asked to make good on it. She's kind of giving like a wry smile.
Gale's just gonna kind of just...
There are stupider things they could have done.
She's just gonna give a little bow and a Grim Knight salute and just... Thank you for seeing us, Your Majesty. And just kind of start stepping back.
Curtsy follow suit.
Tyrion is already
Bow and follow Gale out.
walking away and looking like, oh man, Mom and Dad are fighting again.
That symbol that was given to us, have you already gotten that as well, or to look into?
It is one that I am uncomfortably familiar with, yes. That we'll be taking very seriously.
What is it, if I may ask? I haven't seen anything like it.
Remind
Gale's
me
just
what
gonna
the,
kinda
which
pause.
symbol you have.
It was whatever the one Isra scribbled for them.
Circle
was-
with the eyes.
Yeah, it was the
That.
scribbly eye one.
That is a symbol best not spoken about out loud during daylight hours. It represents a very old enemy of really all good people. Anybody carrying that mark is a liar.
Gale's just gonna kind of just look up and kind of blink at that and just consider that. That's good to know.
It's used by cultists in profane rituals. Most of them don't know a hint at what it means. And more the better for it, because if they did, they could do much more.
Did he see them in Villamond at all? In the keep? Can't remember.
Maybe here and there in his tutor's employ.
Just coffee runs.
You see them scribbled on the wall. Not just graffiti. Goblins are at it again.
I've seen that button before. It's on the it's the button on the Keurig machine.
They're not getting any better at drawing eyes. I don't know what's going on.
I mean, if it's that dangerous, then it was around my old mentor's study.
We shall have to look further into that. Edwin, will you be available in Villamond for a while if I need to call on you later?
You mean Valerian? Or Tolderom? You said
Tolderom.
Valerian.
Meant to say Tolderom.
Lots of V's.
Villamond? Absolutely not.
No, actually.
I assume.
I will be out of
Planning
office
on
until
staying through the party.
I mean, yeah, until further notice. Well, I'm here.
Well, especially now that we got a place to stay.
Yes. I trust you will enjoy your stay here in Villamond. Dang it, Tolderom.
Where are
Talking
we?
about the other one too much.
We've spoken too much of that awful, silly place.
Negative Villamond. It's a silly place.
it's just a place.
It's a silly place.
There's just some elf in
Certainly
the
very
dungeon.
different than what I'm used to here, but been nice enough here so far.
Is there anything that I can do for you? For your services rendered, beyond what I have already provided?
No, I think that's well enough. Thank you.
Of course. Marius, I may have to tell you stories later of your grandmother.
Everyone seems to know
knows
my.
his grandmother.
Everyone knows knows my family except for me.
Oh, that's too terribly sad.
I'll be more than happy to hear them. As
Yeah.
for, I appreciate the share of the rewards, but I would like to make a request instead.
Oh. Very well.
Just to take that money, use it as a reward if anybody sees my father.
Very well.
It's not too terribly dissimilar to me. Horns and all, but it's a bit older.
I will do so. We'll keep an eye out for any Monds wandering the streets. Regarding your grandmother, I hope you have a stout stomach.
Not as stout as I can be, ma'am.
Good.
There's gonna be a worried look as he gives a bow and turns.
Right, and you all are ushered from the Queen's presence.
Shoot, get out of here.
Right.
Get out of here. I need to get my nails done.
See,
Got a party
Like
going
that
on.
could have gone better.
like the moment that we are out of line of sight of the door to the throne room, Gale just immediately just kind of deflates a little bit, like a bit.
So
Okay.
what was that? You can't backtalk royalty.
You did excellent work, Gail. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you did good, Gail. Like,
Hmm.
and if it could have gone better, but maybe it couldn't have, and you certainly didn't do anything wrong.
I think it went about as well as it was going to.
And Gale's just gonna kind of just wordlessly gesture to Soliana to say that she's in agreement, just kind of pointing at her, just nod. That. I admit I was a little concerned when the room did the thing.
That
Yeah,
was definitely a
intimidation.
bit intimidating. I mean, that was probably just as well that happened. That might have stopped me from doing something stupid.
It was going to be me or you that bungled it, Boffin. Don't worry.
Well,
Honestly, I'm not surprised. I'm a little
I have my money on the
surprised at
halfling.
you, but I mean, it's right. It's not wrong for you to get mad.
No, but you can't show it with royalty.
No, I suppose not. But
I've been out of the noble circles for a while. Suppose
Can't-
joining the circles will do that for
They
you.
don't count.
Can't
again, I
fault
guess at
that
my
too
previous
much.
job, my job wasn't exactly advising His Majesty, so didn't have my chance to screw up that way before.
just be careful about who you promise your services to, I guess, huh?
I mean, I guess I've already promised my to your Grim Knights.
Well, you're not initiated and sworn, so
No.
you
Well, neither am I to the
could
the
walk.
Queen. I've just offered my assistance to all parties involved.
And for that, I thank you.
I just really want to do something after that. Felt like such a bust.
At least they're aware of it now.
That is all we came to do, really. Just to bring them the news and let them do with it what they will. I have no further orders, so until I do, I'm on leave, sort of. She just kind of shrugs and just
I guess we just relax and prepare for the party, and what comes after that comes after. I guess, Edwin, how much do you believe in that fortune telling the Queen was going on about? Like, is that something magic can do too?
What have we said often?
What?
What have
Magic
we
can
said?
do
Like,
anything.
there you go.
But like, how reliable is, like, if anyone could just tell the future, like, I don't know,
Well, I mean-
something seems wrong about that.
There's never one
Like, I didn't know what I was going to
linear
do, so how could
path
someone
when
else?
it comes to future sight. I suppose if a seer is good enough, then they can kind of focus it to a more linear path to where possible futures just kind of become a small handful.
I guess, admittedly, the party
You
isn't
can't account
that
for
far
every
off. And
variable.
I'm a bit concerned that they don't seem to have any clear idea what happens after the party.
I don't think anybody can really know what's going to happen that far.
Actually, if anything, I'm a bit concerned that Morvain isn't planning on doing anything during the party if that magic can be
mean-
trusted. Though I guess it's not that he's not doing anything. I guess he'll probably just be
We won't know.
maybe going after his tombs instead of attacking outright.
I mean,
We're sneaking in.
us and the Grim Knights, we're not preemptive, we are reactive. So,
I mean, she has a point. Greymore hasn't technically declared war yet.
and he won't openly, I don't
Right.
think.
No, again, like
So, if a quiet war is what it is, then that's what it is, and well,
I just hope that he isn't one step ahead.
A war or
Already.
the voice of 1,000
You've
that's
got a year
souls.
to prepare in Greymoor, and who knows how long before that.
I mean, he's definitely some number of steps ahead of us. But so is I guess Valerian. Knows
Real
more than we do.
reassuring, everyone. Good job.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, here's hoping that Valerian is ahead of it, as that they seem to think they are.
I hope so. At least, hopefully word will go out among the guards, watches, and rangers to be on the lookout for that symbol and anything else that might be coming through. We've done all we can. I need to
feel
send a
like
letter
it.
back to High Command. But first, I think I need a walk.
I need a drink.
As you are leaving, one of the very well dressed elf will hand each of you 10 gold coins as your payment,
Alright.
Money.
and you'll get a slip of paper with an address in the lower part of Valerian, and within the slip of paper folded into it is a key.
Key.
Okay.
Thank
I
you.
wonder what it unlocks.
You, the
A
master of
door.
unlocking things, should have this.
Key. What could a key unlock?
Well, I think walking to this address will do the trick for me.
All right.
Yeah, I suppose let's
I'd like
go
to
get
see
settled
the
in.
place. Yeah.
Then we can get a drink on the way, Soliana, or we can wait till after. Honestly, I could probably use a shot myself.
Let's check out the new digs first.
A good idea.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, digs. It's halfling for a home, because
No.
You know,
Soliana, you're just so spicy.
Back talked to Queen and got yelled at.
Yeah.
Just pouting because she got told off by Elf
Yeah.
Mom.
Good thing I just backtalked the queen.
It was gonna be her or Boffin. She took one for the team, let's be real, because it was gonna be way worse if it was Boffin.
Oh, and
guards
and,
off with his head.
that was a possibility.
With his head, he's
Again, I
traitor.
was briefly briefly considering doing something exceptionally stupid.
You know, Boffin, I gave you too much credit. I thought you were only going to do something a little bit stupid, not exceptionally stupid.
Well, no, that's the thing, is I didn't do the exceptionally stupid thing. Be proud of me.
Oh, yeah.
What
I had a half.
what would you have done?
I mean, just see what level of threat Valerian would take seriously. I mean, there was already one traitor among the guard after all.
Whew.
Only one.
And, yet they let us in front of, Her Majesty herself. But no, and obviously come to no harm, but
I'm really glad you didn't do that.
no,
You were like trying to attack the Queen. Like, what? You stupid.
in the name of King Word, yeah, it would have been stupid. Maybe
Would've
it would have
discredited-
accomplished something, but I definitely would have been dead, and I wouldn't have wanted that, so.
And that would have discredited
Well, then why
my
would you
entire,
consider it?
organization.
That would have basically rendered the entire thing that we were trying to do useless, Boffin.
I'm very glad you didn't do that.
I wouldn't
No, I
call
mean,
that exceptionally stupid.
Oh,
I
the
would
assumption
call
was that it would have
just...
fallen purely on me. Like, it's not your fault that you were, tricked by my magnificent charisma.
imbecilic.
Gail's just gonna kind of just.
I'm gonna need a drink for that one.
Say all the stress just kind of slides from her shoulders as she shakes her head and just kind of. She seems a little unsure at first and then just kind of just pats him on the shoulder.
No,
She
no,
kinda-
no. I understand. He's the prince, so he's got diplomatic immunity. Is that it?
I don't think that's how that works. But see, aren't you feeling better by knowing how much worse it could in theory have gone?
Oh,
I'm not an actress.
We're not in the worst timeline. Hooray!
Well,
Trit didn't have to say, "Are you sure?"
No omen coins for you guys tonight.
Oh
Yet.
Lord,
no
no omen tokens yet. Soon.
Well, Boffin, I gotta give you credit for that one. That was, yeah, that lightened things for me.
Happy to hear it.
Absolutely delusional.
It, I didn't really know what to expect going in there, but knowing that could have been a hell of a whole lot worse.
Yeah, see?
I'm glad it wasn't.
That's so bad.
I'm glad it wasn't.
If we get called back, we're not bringing him, right?
No, absolutely not. You and Gale are going with Marius, and we're staying out.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, unless she calls for Boffin specifically.
Unless we are called for specifically.
Why would she do that?
I mean, you were in the keep.
You were the prince. You're the prince of halflings. Of course, she was going to want to talk to you.
More like you were a king's guard.
Yeah.
Would be her concern, I'm sure. What you saw during the
She didn't-
usurpation.
Well, she didn't have too many questions about that this time.
Let's go.
All right. So you're heading to the property.
The address we were giving you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You arrive at this location right here. Why is my ping tool not working? Why is...
Are you on the little thing? Oh, there it is. Mhm.
No,
You-
oh, here.
Oh, here.
My
Here?
Forge, please.
Oh, the purple roof. That one's ours. I'm kidding.
I don't know where he's.
There.
Ah, okay.
Ah, okay.
All right.
I had to draw a circle because my ping tool's not working correctly.
That was my guess.
Forge is nearly entirely displeased. There, that circled house right there.
They didn't like Soliana's sass.
They didn't like Boffin almost killing the queen.
Which didn't happen, but
Thank God.
they wouldn't
This
have
is-
liked that.
This is why you
Really?
deserve to
Really?
be bullied, Boffin.
Stop telling you things, Celia.
It's all in good fun.
I'm here for it. For the record.
Yes.
Oh, don't
Great.
act like this is the worst you've gotten. I know for a fact that it's not the worst you've gotten.
I'm sorry,
because
how
you-
is me claiming I might have attempted to assassinate the queen is not the worst I've gotten?
No, I mean, the-
Maybe that's just things you shouldn't say out loud.
maybe that
There
is
are
just
guards around.
There are.
We're discussing a
Alright.
play. Don't worry. Put that thing back where it came from, or so help me.
There you go. This is why we keep you around. There you go. Plausible deniability.
Actresses, I swear.
Right.
Stage manager.
Better get working on that script.
You guys can work on that script.
No.
She's out of our hair.
Jeez.
How well that worked. How well that works.
What can I say? You keep calling me a theater kid, so you clearly have roped me into your latest production.
Oh God. No, you're gonna have to audition just like everyone else. We don't do nepotism.
Well, sure, I'll have to audition, but if you write the part specifically for me, to have a little leg up there.
We don't write, we produce. There's a difference.
Oh boy, I can't wait to see our new property.
Look, yeah, look, that's the address right there, isn't it?
That's it.
Hey, a redirect of this conversation.
Oh,
Sorry,
look, they're bickering again.
I just had to tell Findril to shut up in my head because
Sorry, I was...
he has commentary about producers.
I mean, that's what Soliana and her family are, technically, so...
All of it just goes over
I
Gail's
was-
head.
I was honestly stalling for Trit, because I assumed that's what we were needing.
Oh yeah, I mean, a little, but that's all right. We're gonna take a quick break and be back in about 10-15 minutes, and we'll
Woohoo.
finish out this
Alright.
session.
I like that I'm like pointing at the camera, like, yeah, we'll be back, and my camera's not on because my webcam stinks.
It's a very smelly webcam.
We will
Be
see
back
you
in a
guys
bit.
very soon. Don't go
Be
anywhere.
back.
Well, and we're back.
Woo!
Hope all of you watching took the opportunity to stretch and get a drink. Speaking of which,
Hydrate.
Hydrate.
Don't let the blood clot set in.
all right. So you've traveled halfway across the city of Tolderam to find the house that has been, at least for now, assigned to you. From the outside,
We don't.
It'd be real awkward when people come in and be like, "Hey, this is ours."
Mom said we could have
You
it.
know?
Mom says it's our turn with the apartment.
But there was
Monarchy
an
assigned
open
that.
house this weekend. The property was listed.
Like, oh man, who pissed off the queen more than we did? Like,
The real question is, now that we've been given a property, do we pay taxes?
nah, it's a B&B.
yeah, it sounds like it's not
It's an
exactly
Airbnb.
ours. It sounds like it's kind of being just leased to us. But
Yeah.
while we're in.
so
We're
there are several properties around Valeran that are often used to host people during the party, and this appears to be one of them.
It's a vacation home.
So it is an
From-
Airbnb.
From the outside, you see a modest-looking building, rather large for what it is. The walls are all wood-paneled in the, for those of you who are world travelers, in Kumantai style.
Ooh.
It's wood paneling
Ooh.
over stone. The key unlocks the door. The lock works very smoothly. The door is a standard elven door with nice carved paneling. You enter, and the first thing that you smell is a bit of dust. The
Dust.
wood floors and walls are very nicely made. They're not damaged, but it is all covered in a fine layer of dust. The ceiling is about 7.5 feet tall, and there are wooden beams going down the hallway and across. The hallway tees off. It doesn't tee off, sorry. 2 hallways go to the left. One to the left, one to the right. Then about 20 feet down, splits off again. And then a back door straight ahead of you, all the way at the other end of the house.
This is very nice, actually. I'm not. Where?
Yeah, no, I've
I've
definitely.
never seen anything like this, actually.
No, right.
Ah. Well, whatever it is, it's pretty. It's just a little dusty.
It definitely beats living in a barn.
I would hope so.
Certainly too rich for my blood.
There's
Eh,
No
we
such
gotta-
thing.
Just gotta clean up the dust a little bit. Shouldn't be too bad.
near the door is a small little alcove for. There's a boot rack and a coat pegs. One of the pegs has fallen onto the floor.
Oh. We're gonna
That
pick
looks.
it up and
I reckon we can fix that, can't we?
put it back. Hmm.
It goes in and then kind of just goes slightly.
As long as we don't put something too heavy on it, maybe it'll be fine. I'll just deposit his hat there.
It wavers a moment in concerning fashion, but it holds for now.
Yeah, see?
I can
Fine.
fix that. Because otherwise that's just going to bother the hell out of me, and it's going to be a pain to look at, like
And it
onions
won't
in
be
the eyes. I
reliable, huh?
swear.
Gail's just gonna stop and kind of just tilt her head at Marius and like, okay, that's a new one. Okay.
Because onions make you
Yeah, just
cry.
no, I get it. Just I've never heard that. Okay, cool.
prepare for more.
But testing this out shouldn't be too bad. Gail's just gonna kind of look around a little bit, and kind of just check her boots to make sure she's not tracking anything into the house, because she's kind of oh, Grandma would beat me if I did.
So,
This isn't even her house, and she would beat me for it.
down the hallway to the left are 4 doors, behind each of which is a modest-sized bedroom.
Right.
The interior-most bedroom is entirely interior walls, does not have a window. The other ones have 1 window each, with a small, not a closet because it's not enclosed, but a small alcove that you could put a curtain or something on, or a door over, where you could hang clothing. Towards the back of the house are 2 other bedrooms. There are beds. Everything here is covered in dust. The beds are disheveled, some of the blankets are on the ground. You don't know who was last sleeping in these beds, or if they cleaned after themselves. Based on the state of things, it might have been a dwarven party. And I don't mean dwarven parties in a group of dwarves. I mean a group of dwarves who were partying.
It brings me back to nights in the guard house.
Even I
Right.
wouldn't sleep in that.
Okay, guys, look. Initiates in the barracks are awful about cleaning up until they get, they get it drilled into their heads.
There's
Used to
also
wake us up at crack of dawn.
there are 2 large sitting rooms on either side. 1 large sitting room on either side for a total of 2. And a fairly decent-sized kitchen with attached dining area, all of which there's some broken dishes, some unwashed pots that are probably best thrown out. The bathroom is rather curious because it is set there are facilities, and it is set for multiple people. There's a communal bath room with room dividers, and then there are a few private closets for handling more personal business.
Mm-hmm.
There's a room to the northwest. The northwestmost room is a large study that looks like it has been a lab or a wizard study at some point. That is, books are on the floor. There are books torn up. An alembic is shattered on the floor.
Ooh.
It's rather unpleasant. The only room that is truly completely clean is an empty room on the northeast, which is tiled in Cumantai-style straw mats that are pristine.
Interesting.
You get the impression that these are fragile. There is a fenced-in garden in the back between the two northernmost rooms. There is a courtyard, completely fenced in, but it is an overgrown, weed-choked garden, which is odd for Valeran.
I don't know if anybody's been using this place for a little while.
Likely not, by the looks of it.
I mean, I don't know how fast things grow here in Valeran, but I mean, back home in Greymore, that would be like, that might be a couple of years.
Almost looks as bad
Maybe
as the
3?
farm.
I think this place would be in demand, especially come party time, but I guess partygoers aren't exactly caring too much about the state of things.
Always.
But hey,
Free is free.
Yeah,
and,
what?
like, it won't take much.
Especially if they're
Bring it up.
dwarves.
There,
Yeah, no one
Same.
parties like a dwarf.
Roof is a roof.
there are some basic amenities. You'll find cleaning supplies covered in cobwebs. Pots that are probably salvageable with a good bit of elbow grease. The pantry is not empty, sadly.
Mm.
Ugh.
That's definitely got to be a priority. Clear that out and fill it up.
Oh god.
I've
I
handled
thought
worse.
I thought they discontinued these snacks. They
Mary
said
is
something
no-
about carcinogens. I don't know what that is, but that sounds tasty. Like a delicious spice.
There is no.
There are some herbs in various jars. Some very
Questionable.
old bread. Yeah, well, so there are 4 different jars of herbs or tea, something like that. You can take a closer look if you'd like to.
Stinky. Old.
Well, might as well see if any of this is salvageable.
I mean, Gail's gonna have a look around. I mean, she's handled worse.
Marius is stuck on that coat rack.
Oh,
Oh yes, the coat rack and not the state of literally everything else.
All
Yeah,
right,
I mean,
so-
Gail will kind of look into the pantry and see what all. I mean, she's kind of pulling up her. She's kind of pulling up her shirt over her face a little bit, but
All right, so go ahead. Whoever's looking in the pantry, go ahead and roll an investigation for me.
Go, Gale.
I don't know if anybody else
Please.
is also looking in the pantry.
Please roll that.
Soliana is in the kitchen, but she is not looking at that pantry.
Okay,
oh, nice.
Boffin, you find some old potatoes that are more raisin than potato. And
Throw another
Let's
potatoes.
just chuck these in the garden and hope for the best.
and
Where's that soil?
you you also find a half of a bag that has not been reached by rodents of Greymoor and rice.
Getting a hold of that anytime soon.
Kale, the
Nice
jars catch your attention. You smell them. They smell like dried tea leaves. One smells a little bit pepperminty. One smells a little bit like chamomile. One smells a little like chai, and one you can't quite place.
Would it be elven chamomile by
I
any
don't-
chance?
Still
I don't know that.
smells sweet.
I don't know that one. Sweet.
There's a little label, like a piece of paper on a string around it that says "Add sugar."
Adds sugar. Oh. You said adds sugar?
Add sugar.
Oh, add sugar.
Hmm.
Huh. I don't think I'm familiar with this one.
What you find there?
Looks like a bunch of teas, actually. I
Oh, right.
don't know about this one,
Alright.
though. Add sugar, this one says.
I mean, yeah, why wouldn't you? It's tea. Like, why would you need to be specifically told to add sugar?
Isn't that what you do with tea?
Some?
Yeah.
Some people don't.
Does it mean add extra sugar? Maybe it's particularly bitter?
I don't know. You smell it. she'll offer it. She'll
Right.
offer.
Give it a whiff?
offer.
Alright, Boffin, it smells kind of sweet. It's not a flavor of tea that you're familiar with. Nothing in your culinary history, storied though it may be, has prepared you for this particular odor, but it is pleasant.
Are these in, like, jars or something?
Yeah, they're in little ceramic pots.
Right, I'll screw and take a little pinch and just put in his mouth.
It's a little. It needs sugar. Like it's not that it's super bitter.
Okay.
It's on that line where it's a little sweet. It's like getting sweet tea, but they didn't put enough sugar in it.
Okay, so yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Just it'll help bring out the flavor of it.
And as you have it in your mouth, it's leaving like a pleasant tingling sensation in your mouth. It's almost like a muted pop rock sort of thing. It
Okay.
feels magical.
We have some sort of fizzy. Didn't we have some sort of like fizzy drink recently? Kind of makes me think of that.
Oh?
Yeah, definitely
Huh.
gonna try some of this. Like, but yeah, we're gonna want some sugar. Heat up some water once we've done some cleaning, and reward ourselves with some tea.
Delicious.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Mhm. But yeah, the rest of this probably needs to go.
Absolutely.
The teas do not appear to have been affected by mold or pests or anything.
All right.
Everything else,
Nice.
other than the rice, maybe.
Gotta go.
That makes sense. Rice keeps.
Definitely. We're definitely going to want to rinse that rice pretty good. But yeah, I've definitely seen I've definitely handled worse. So yeah,
Yep.
this isn't a big deal. We'll
No, I think we'll
replenish a
have
little
this
bit.
in
We'll be fine.
order in no time. Yeah.
And while that's going on, Marius, you're looking at the peg.
I think I got some for those ones. Can we do anything with our woodcarver's tools?
Absolutely. Go ahead and make a tool check with those.
Let's see. Woodcarver's
The
tools.
right man for the job.
All right, Marius. You know, it's
Yeah.
it's not a magical jointing by any stretch of the imagination, but you managed to waller out the hole enough. You know, at first that seems a little counterintuitive, but then you cut yourself a little notch in the peg part of the coat hook, and you know, a little a spare piece of wood jammed in there, and then it hammered in widens that base out enough to catch it on the hole, and that thing is solid as a rock. And even better, it's almost perfectly in line with the others.
And we're gonna take his sword and sheath and hang it on there because it's strong enough.
For a moment, you're worried.
Hey, where
You
did
hear-
you put off?
You hear a creaking sound.
Oh.
But it's just the floorboard you're standing on.
Yeah, I do need to lay off the extra jerky rations.
Edwin, what are
Salted
you doing?
pork.
He grabbed a broom and he just goes straight to that study because broken glass is not fun.
All right. Edwin's sweeping up broken glass.
See if anybody's
Cleaning up that area because that's familiar to him. Petting is later.
All right. I don't think I need to have you do a skill check for sweep, so I won't.
Well, unless there's stuff in the books, but I mean, otherwise he's just kind of idly snooping, I guess.
As you're
I
just
just-
looking and sweeping, you do manage to brush a page that was torn out of one of the books. The page. Give me just a moment here. This will be of great import, but I need to make sure that I have all of my notes. I wasn't quite expecting the books to come in relevant this soon.
Oh.
Oh.
You have like a
You
book
didn't think
nerd.
Edwin was going to look at the books.
I know, it's silly of me. I am a terrible lore master.
Took a look into
Okay,
that
you're
room, saw like pages on the floor and just books on the floor. He's like, why?
So you, as you sweep one of the pages and you kind of look at it, and this appears to be a mass-printed book from somewhere down south, possibly. And you blush as you read a little bit of what is on the page. The top of the page is labeled "The Ravished Rose." And you realize that
All right.
that specific book is, well, it's popular among a certain demographic.
It's spicy.
Quite spicy.
Oh, I'll just ignore that one.
Other books do appear to be treatises on different forms of magic, though you imagine that they're all fairly newbie-friendly. Go make an investigation as you're sweeping through there, actually. Make this interesting.
Top 5 party spells that you can impress your friends with.
Edwin, you managed to find several spell scroll quality rolled scrolls. They're blank,
Oh.
so they can be scribed upon, but they're scribe quality scrolls.
Oh, very cool.
Find 3 of them. 3 blank scrolls.
Those will be handy when I have hours of time now.
Mhm.
All right, and last but certainly not least, there is no least among you, Soliana.
So Zoliana went to that kitchen, and it's Marius's farm all over again. We're gonna see what's able to be salvaged, and we're gonna see what we can do.
All right. It takes a bit of scrubbing, you'd have to admit, but there are many broken plates and bent cutlery, things like that. There are just enough dishes for all of you to have a complete set, though not matching. And somebody might have to use a salad fork for not salad.
Oh no. God forbid.
Um,
That one's going to go to Marius.
There are a couple of pots. There's one pot in particular. As you're scrubbing it out, the bottom falls through.
Whoops.
Soliana, what was that?
Nothing.
Well, no. If we need to replace that, I'd like to know.
Yeah. No. We're going to need to replace a lot, honestly. Let's be real. Don't worry, I'll have at least one set.
Is that a pot?
Not anymore.
Oh, okay. And she's just Gail's just doing that. She's taking guff out to throw out and just passing through, just passing by the kitchen. Just
go.
what? Oh, okay.
This one did its best.
Sure did.
It's served honorably.
I don't know if I've seen a pot like that do that, but hey, what do I know?
There is so much. I'm just picturing like that. So much ruined cast iron.
Oh.
Go
Oh.
ahead and make a perception
ooh.
check for me, Soliana, as you are cleaning in the kitchen.
Oh boy, perception. Hang on. I'm decent at that, kinda. Girl, you have +5. Holy
Yeah,
crap.
you do manage to get all of the dishes accounted for.
Yay!
There's no broken plate nor glass left anywhere.
Good.
But if you guys are spending the rest of the day, or if you guys are cleaning until the place is livable,
It seems we are.
Seems so.
I mean, at least enough to just, tell it's time to get dinner or a drink or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
or replenishing,
or several
or
drinks.
replenishing some supplies.
Real drinks.
All right. So, for several hours, you make a significant amount of progress. There's a lot yet to do, but you have a place to hang your hat, literally, Boffin. You have a place to rest your head.
Yeah.
Yay!
Edwin, it'll take several hours to sort through the books, just doing that dedicated job and scrapping
That's
together
fine.
what you can.
That's fine.
Coffee is a hell of a thing.
It is.
Your dinner. Excuse me. Is a rather. How many drinks are you guys having? How?
Yes.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, Gail's She would just want a single shot of something.
Yeah, Boffin will
Something-
actually take it
something stiff.
easy for today. He's done enough foolishness for today, so
Mary's just having one to wash the trail dust out his mouth.
Couple.
I'd
Either
rather have
either no, a couple or like one good dwarven stout.
So you're not blissed out of your gourd.
No.
You're just a little. You're having a good.
Loose.
We're
So
relaxed.
that's what Gail's going for. It's just a quick little relax type of shot. Just yeah, okay.
Edwin's had coffee. He's already buzzed. He's awake.
Whew.
Able to go into hyperfixate mode.
Definitely prefer that kind of dust to bone dust. Oh, still makes me sneeze though.
Yeah, you get used to bone dust, but you kind of don't.
No, you really don't.
I don't think you run across bone dust even in your line of work.
Magic components.
Okay.
Also, just
Oh, but
be around
yeah,
undead for a year.
I don't imagine they're the most sanitary things.
No, that's why you keep it in these big jars, packets, vials.
Keep everything where it belongs and away from getting into other things.
You don't just
Contamination.
have like a handful of dust just in your pocket. Not very
You mean you
practical.
don't-
Sand.
You mean you don't have
Yeah.
pocket dust?
I try not to. We usually call that lint.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah,
After dinner-
sometimes
Sorry.
sometimes pocket dust is just what happens after you go deal with a few skeletons.
Yeah, how often have you had to deal with skeletons?
I
Enough.
don't,
Enough.
I mean, I'd say there's worse undead to go up against.
There
I
are.
don't very much like bone dust. It's coarse and it gets everywhere.
It's certainly cleaner than a lot of upper forms of upper undead. And I'll just kind of like shudder remembering the freaking ogre zombie. It's the grossest thing.
Oh.
I think I still got bits of it on my hilt.
Gross.
You clean that, don't you?
Yeah. I did kind of embed the crossguard into it.
I mean, you have to gotta clean your weapons just to make sure
Take
they
good
stay.
care of him, and they'll take care of
serviceable.
you.
Exactly. Mine could use a silvering.
Right, that's a good point. And do you think that would have helped against those shadow things? I know there are things that will help against it.
I wish I could say for sure, but a lot of standard issue stuff right now is just plain steel for us.
Yeah.
Sort that out later.
Right. I've got a bit of gold now. I still don't know if that's enough for that, but
As you finish your dinner and head back to the house, in the early evening, those of you who are drinking are probably still a little bit buzzed. There's an insistent knock at the door.
Marius, well,
Huh.
God, you're like who even knows where?
Gale's kind of just she's standing back a little bit, just kind of she's being just a little bit nosy.
There is a sharp-chinned, short-haired elven man pair of glasses at the end of his nose, and he's holding a large ledger. He looks up at you. His voice is clear. It's a very appearance-focused elven man. He is. He looks like he's had his eyebrows shaped. His clothes form a perfect line of presentation down the center. He is almost uncannily symmetrical. Greetings. I am from the Guild of Registrars, and we have been informed that there is a new tenant in this home.
Tenants, actually. 5.
5. Very well. And is this a mutual lease, or are you a group together?
We.
The guild.
Pardon?
The Guild of Delivery requires an address to register you under. So we need to know who you are.
Damn it.
Dang it, Rose.
I'm sorry.
Delivery.
So,
We're all in a company together.
and how is your company named?
We don't have one.
Sorry, what?
A name is
I don't-
required for
no,
a
no, no,
company
I-
to be
no.
registered.
No, that's not what I meant. I mean, we're all traveling together as a group.
Yes, and what is your company or group named?
It.
How are you called?
We aren't. Gail's just gonna kind of look at Marius and just shrug. Can we
We're-
get back to you on that?
He's going to
At all?
push his glasses up. Young lady. And he will... The ledger will open itself to the next line, and he'll turn it to you and point to a column. Group name is the label on the column. Do you see this spot right here?
Mm-hmm.
In the Guild of Registrars, we have a very large set of rules. I can get you a copy if you would like, for about 15 silver, or gold and 5 silver if you prefer.
No, that won't be necessary.
The rules state in section 31A, subsection 95, that if a company or group is in attendance or in occupation of a residence together, their name must be logged in case of deliveries to that name, or to the group as a whole.
Gail's just kind of looking between this guy and Marius and just.
The Postage Guild requires this information to be accurate.
Yes.
Well, I mean, seeing as we don't have a name yet, I mean, there won't be any deliveries sent to such a name yet.
Is there possibly a chance where we can change to a more official title on a later date?
With the proper forms and paperwork, yes.
Of course.
All right.
That just sounds par for the course, actually. Hey, Boffin, are you good with names?
You'll have to excuse us. We just
You would
moved in.
think so.
Liliana? Edwin?
Does it have to be a group? Can't we just be individual? Usually how...
we're all going to be staying here.
Do you see how the cell is empty? It needs to be filled.
Yes, we
Yes,
get
we
that,
understand.
Mr. Night Prowler. We get that. You got to give us a second.
Does it
Come with the
matter
name.
if
I
we
am
were to tell
answering
you that he
questions.
says temporary arrangements? I suppose not.
The Postage Guild is not temporary, and I don't feel like dealing with them.
Oh no, I understand.
Hey, but
We
we're
were-
mostly just
We were just allotted this by the
individuals.
queen.
We're a bit of a ragtag bunch right now.
Alright, is that the name?
No.
Please, no, I don't think so.
Huh.
Adventuring group name generator.
Yeah, what have we done? Like, I mean, a lot has happened, but nothing too defining yet.
Not that kind of adventuring group.
Some of these are kind of great.
If anyone's wanting to contact us, they'd be contacting us as individuals.
Is that the name?
No.
No.
Okay. Look, sir, we might be back around to change it later, but you can just Grim Messengers. That's kind of what we are right now.
All right, actually, that's perfect. Well done, Gail.
Oh yeah.
We can change that later if
accept
you
that.
want.
I don't know. I like it.
Who's gonna write that in? Grim Messengers. How very party-like.
She's just gonna shrug.
Well, you're not exactly listening to the other half.
In our defense, we are having to come up with this on the spot.
Well, that sounds like a problem that you've created for yourself.
Does it now?
We weren't expecting that we needed it. Whatever.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, that will do for now.
This is fine.
From where do you hail, originally?
Here?
Greymore.
Oh, cozy hearth.
Much.
You see, I could have sworn that there was postage in all of those places.
Oh, you could have.
Oh, well.
Just if there's any mail for the Lavamon farm, just forward it here.
You'll have to talk to the Postage Guild about that. I'm simply with the Guild.
Of course, I'll talk to the Postage Guild about it.
Thank you.
You are most welcome.
He's closing the door before.
Thank you. Good night.
True. It was like, how do I make an NPC they don't adopt immediately? Name your
Yes.
group now,
We're
motherfuckers.
official. That's how.
Yes. Bureaucracy.
Just wait until I start implementing taxes.
Ew.
Oh no.
And then that's how a riot starts.
Hilariously, guild keys are a thing in Raw, so.
We are just guys. We are just a people.
We really are.
We literally just walked across the
Dude,
country.
we just got here.
We're not even living here on like a semi-permanent basis. We're here for like a week.
I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't have anywhere else to live right now.
I only learned that kid's name like a couple days ago.
I mean, I guess I could go back home, but I mean, I don't want to. Also, that's on the border.
I was gonna say the border's kind of a sketchy place to be right now.
Alternatively, we just could have gone to Soliana's family.
Maybe we could.
So it's
Forward
It'll be
everything
fine.
to the Vagrants.
we can. I'm sure Soliana can talk to her family. I can talk to Grandma Manuvia. I've got cousins over here. You know, ones who are away from.
You can just take our names and then get the post that way. Why is that under a group?
But Ed,
Oh,
when he's
shoot.
the Guild of Registrars,
care.
not the Postage Guild. Gail's just kind of
Oh,
ribbing now.
shoot.
The Postage Guild is kind of terrifying.
I guess I'm now
You don't mess
registered under that.
You don't mess with the Post.
Mess with the Post.
Oh, Darton's not going to be happy.
What?
Well, now I'm part of two companies.
Oh. I mean, it's
I mean,
only.
I feel like one of these is much less official than the other.
Depends on
I
who
mean,
you ask. But
Oh,
I
yeah.
say this one is only as permanent as it needs to be. I mean,
I mean, you can be part of more than one thing. I mean, you were in your company, but you're also, I guess, part of your family farm, kind of.
I know
That's two
it's
different
just
things right there.
It's just that Darton's now going to be asking me what the hell I'm doing, signing up with another company.
Well, how's he going to find out? Do you think he's going to be like trawling through these registrar books? I don't think anyone does that if they're not in the registrar's book.
People have ears everywhere.
Apparently, the queen
Yes,
knows
the
who I am,
hottest.
so I'm not
hottest gossip
surprised.
in town. This new company in town.
Look, I'm sure Darton will hear something because apparently a dragon lady knows who I am. The queen knows my family, and
I can't wait to find out what that's about.
Marius,
tell
just
us,
how
right?
many people? Just how many people know you, man?
Well,
How many
not
people know
him,
your
his
family, man?
Family, apparently, yeah.
more than me.
Goodness. I mean,
All I really knew
I thought
was
tracking my family genealogy was tricky.
all I know.
I think the Barrows have long since given up.
It was really just me, my mom, my pa. That was it. Didn't really talk about anybody else. I didn't ask, but there was just too much to do, so didn't think of it.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense, I suppose. I mean, Grandma's just able to trace us back to. She's thinking about this one. Little town used to be. It's not there now. A little place called Heather Hill, way up in the northeast. That's where she met. That's where she met. That's where she met met my grandpa. So. I never got to meet him. I don't think. No.
These
I think
are
you got a chance to find out
crazy
more
times.
about him now.
These
Maybe.
are crazy times that we're living in.
I think I like precedented times better, Marius.
I mean, if you were listening to the Queen, apparently everything's precedented, but
That all flies over my head.
And it's just another end of the world, they all say.
So what are we spending the rest of the night doing?
Read.
we got to make that tea to reward ourselves for tidying the place up.
All right.
Yeah.
So who's going to partake of which tea?
Marius ain't much
I
of a
mean-
tea guy.
Look on, you got to try this sweet, fizzy, whatever it's going to be.
I'm good.
Gail's gonna let Boffin try that one first. I mean,
You just drink any old tea you find in any old house.
Oh, where's your sense of adventure? I've never seen anything like it before. I'm sure it's going to be delightful.
My sense of adventure is in traveling, not so much ingesting.
Well, you should broaden your horizons, then. You're missing a whole world.
I feel like
I mean, there's also a thing of eating stuff out of unlabeled jars.
Well,
Look,
that's
if
why we're
it
gonna
was
see-
dangerous, it'd be labeled as such.
Not necessarily.
Well, it wouldn't be mixed in with just regular food.
Gale's spider toxins aren't labeled.
I didn't have any sticky paper to label them with.
Exactly, and these guys probably didn't have any paper for that, or they just didn't
Yeah,
care.
but I mean, well, you don't keep juice and the upper vials that don't have the venom. If this isn't the vial, we're not going to eat things out of your vials.
No. I try to keep I keep them very separate. They don't look alike.
All right. So are you making a cup of tea there?
Also, remember, I tasted some of the leaves earlier. Nothing bad happened. So
You didn't stew the leaves.
yeah, because
Yeah,
stewing it
microdose.
that'll bring out the poison.
I mean,
Kind of.
yeah.
Things I would imagine.
You know that's how elven chamomile works, right?
Alchemy.
All
Yeah, I
right.
think one of these was chamomile.
All right, Boffin. So
Yeah.
you steep
Delicious
some of these
tea.
tea leaves, and it smells pretty good. Like,
Yeah,
smells
bunch of
nice.
worrywarts. Like,
Are you adding sugar to it?
yeah, see, it was labeled. It said add sugar. Like, of course it's edible. Yeah, of course he's adding sugar.
Yes. Okay.
I
you add
assume he
sugar.
picked up some on the way back here.
So the sugar kind of, you see, kind of almost like a little fizz in the drink as you add it in, kind of like that drink you had not so long ago.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, with the dwarven rock candy.
yeah.
That was actually pretty cool.
You taste it. You taste this tea, and it is fruity and it's sweet. The steeping process has awakened the flavors. You feel a tingling in your mouth and almost like a numbing sensation. Not like an oh no, I couldn't talk with you anymore. Like not like a dentist thing, but like a
Yeah.
pleasant. And then your body seems to be numb to the troubles of the world.
It's dry.
You drink a little bit more,
Uh,
and you can almost. It almost feels like you're back home, except your home is no longer on the border of Greymoor, and Greymoor's not a horrible nightmare place full of undead. And there's a thump next to you. And sitting
is that?
next to you is a large dragonborn with the face of a unicorn. And he puts
There
his
it is.
arm around your shoulder, Boffin. It's okay, Boffin. It wasn't your fault what happened in the throne room. You just made sure
Why are we talking about?
you took one less. You made sure that you couldn't be used against your new friends. And Dragacorn is proud of you.
Dragon.
You know what? You're right, Dragacorn.
Right.
Oh, I guess
Soliana
right.
just leaning over to Gale.
Do not drink that. Do not drink that tea. Do not drink that tea.
Right, no, I guess this makes sense, right? There's 6 bedrooms here, so that means there's 6 of us.
What?
What?
Gail's
Where's
looking over
the-
at Soliana.
Where's the rest of that tea?
Gail's just gonna. Gail kind of had the she kind of had the jar right next to her because she was gonna see what happened before she did that. So she's just gonna grab it here.
We're gonna take this jar and we're gonna go into the kitchen and we're gonna put it on the highest shelf that Marius can reach.
You think Boffin can't climb up there and get it?
Boffin, you
Look, if
feel
you want to hide the
warm.
drugs, just put it in Edwin's bag of holding.
You feel warm, and you feel like, you know, this. You're
Hey,
right,
we're putting that.
Dragacorn.
Dragacorn hasn't had any yet.
Share
Dragacorn!
share with Dragacorn, I guess. Soliana, what's
Dragacorn,
going on?
you've had enough, haven't you? I think you've both had enough. Actually, you
He's
didn't notice
about
Alcohol,
Dragacorn.
it's tea. Like,
He's about half a
wrong with
bubble
your-
off a plum. I don't know what the hell's going on with him.
and I don't know
what
what's
you said
going
there.
on either. You're spouting nonsense.
We're just gonna
He's
put this
spouting nonsense.
away.
2 bricks
It's fine.
short of load. What are you talking about?
Those are our
How
sure
much of
words
this-
you're saying, Marius.
How much of this did you use?
Put the tea in. I put sugar in. I put a little extra sugar in for good measure.
You know, it's the normal amount. You know, one small scoop for the pot, sort of thing.
Don't
Except,
listen
you know,
to
work
her,
up-
Boffin. You like things sweet, and that's how they belong.
Yeah.
Life should be sweeter, Boffin.
I wonder if it's the sugar.
Life should be sweeter.
What?
I think the cheese slid off that boy's cracker. I don't know what he's on.
I
I could use some cheese and crackers. Oh, that'd
Oh my
go
God,
so
no.
well with it. Thank you, Jerry.
Oh no! Oh
Go out and get
no!
some cheese and crackers, Boffin. Do what makes your heart happy.
Oh no! Oh, did we not? Oh right, I guess we have an empty pantry. Oh, all right. See y'all later.
Well,
Get some
no.
cheese
You
and
are
crackers.
not
Thank you for
leaving. You
reminding
are
me.
not leaving this building.
Say Gale just kind of grabs if
You can
Boffin is
stop
getting
me.
up
I'm
to
the
walk.
Prince of Halflings. If I want crackers, I'm gonna get some crackers.
Boffin,
If-
Boffin,
like,
I will
he's
go
getting up and
and
walking. Gale's gonna grab the back of his shirt, just
Scruff of his neck.
just to hold him and see if he tries to keep going.
Unhand me, ruffians. He's still trying to walk, but he is like, he is restrained.
He is restrained and vertically challenged.
Where's Gale?
Dragoncorn stands
Gale is actually holding back
Boffin
laughter.
and spreads his mighty 20-foot wide eagle wings.
Oh my God!
I shall come to your aid, Prince of Halflings.
Thanks, Dragacorn. I can always count on you. Oh, could you get the cheese and crackers? That might be
Dragoncorn away.
Okay, it's fine. I'll stay. Dragacorn's gonna get the cheese.
And he
Okay.
flies into the stove and up the pipe and out.
What a majestic creature.
Somewhere in the
What?
distance.
Where's that?
What are you talking about?
Where's that teacup?
Just don't put anything. in
Gale's
that
just gonna
teacup.
point on
Throw that
where
out.
it was.
Just gonna grab. Well, while Boffin's distracted, we're just gonna grab the teacup. We're gonna pour out the tea. Fill it up with water, and then put it right back where it was.
Don't drink out of that cup.
I think
Matt.
it's too late for him.
Well,
You think?
you know what? I'm glad he did it. I don't know if I would want to know what I would be experiencing if that's what's happening there.
And that's why you don't take things from unlabeled jars.
It's labeled. It's an add
It's
sugar.
not labeled. Then what is it? Add sugar?
It's called Add Sugar. That's our company name, Add Sugar.
I'll ask Grandma.
Dragacorn's deputies. There we go.
What have you done?
I would
Pack of corn.
give you 3 coppers to somehow recreate what you're seeing, Boffin.
What are you talking about? And you're all seeing the same thing as I'm seeing.
Sure,
No.
Bill.
Not mine.
Sure, Boffin. Why don't you go lay down, buddy?
Okay.
Yeah, sure. That sounds nice.
Yeah.
Gale will just let go of his shirt just to see what happens.
Oh, no,
She's just kind of watching.
Boffin
Probably
has
just
been
falls down
leaning
because he was
forward.
probably like, yeah.
Are you
yeah,
sure?
He was trying to walk.
I don't
Face
think
plants.
he's got a. I don't think that man's got a vertical hold. I don't think he can.
It's actually no. I mean, no. This is fine. He's not hurt yet, so
Ow.
You okay there, buddy?
I don't know if he can feel it.
It's- Can't get away from this wall. He's just like on the floor. I'm stuck.
Gale
Move.
Gale will just all right. She'll grab him by the hand and just up on your feet there. Come on.
Good job, party mom.
You good, buddy?
Thank you.
Yep. She's gonna kind of look over the rest of you and just kind of mouth, "This is hilarious."
Oh,
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
I mean, as far as she's concerned, this is on level with hazing. So
Absolutely.
Look, he asked for it.
So, Boffin, are you going to bed?
I mean, he might need a little help, but
He can sleep on the couch.
He can sleep on the wall. The wall that doesn't move.
I mean, Gale's helping him get to wherever he's going. So
Is he sleeping on the couch in a common room, or are you going to your room?
I don't know if he really we're not very familiar with this place. He's just it's probably a couch. That's gonna be the first thing he sees.
Okay. So once you're laying down, and everybody else has turned, kind of turn their attention away for just a moment, you hear behind you, Boffin. Those walls are uncomfortably sticky sometimes, aren't they? Hard to get away from, but don't worry.
Yeah.
Dragicorn's got your back, Boffin, Prince of Halflings. And in your hands, Boffin, you've got cheese and you got crackers.
Oh, hey, all right, thanks, Drag.
Dragicorn away! And off he flies. Gale, you look back and Boffin's got some crackers and some cheese in his hand.
Oh no.
Uh, guys? What? Guys?
I'm not.
Where did he-
I'm not. Nope. Nope.
Just lying there on the couch, nibbling happily away.
We're not touching it.
I really hope he didn't get those from the couch cushions.
It's okay. I'll throw up later and feel better.
It's okay.
Maybe I need to go to bed.
Hey,
Mm-mm.
hey Edwin, how'd that study look for putting together like antitoxins and stuff?
I mean, a lot of stuff was broken in there, but
Is it all right if I use the space for a little bit at some point? Maybe not tonight, but actually maybe tonight. I don't know what I don't know what's going on here. But I think I might want to put together I might want to try and start putting together some of those potions I didn't get a chance to.
yeah,
Yet.
that's fine. I'm not using it for anything.
Yeah.
And I do kind of want to look at whatever that stuff is. I mean, I doubt I've seen it anywhere, but
I mean, it's up there where Celiana had. Yeah, it's up there.
I put it up there. I was just going.
yeah,
to
I think
tell
he's still going to
Boffin-
be able to get that.
No, I was just going to tell him that he drank it all in the morning, and then hopefully he'll forget about it.
Yeah, I don't know if he's that gullible.
Are you sure about that?
I don't know, but I can.
I'm not a convincing
tell.
liar, and I don't know if any of you are.
I can be convincing.
Look, when
I don't know if we just throw it out.
We'll tell him that his friend Dragacorn. We'll tell him that his friend Dragacorn drank it all.
I never.
Dragacorn would never. Exactly.
It's not
Yeah,
polite to
no.
lie to your friends.
we'll see how he is in the morning. Cause yeah, that's
Preemptively, he'll just go and get it out of the cupboard again. Just let's see what the fuck this is.
All right. Detect magic.
Just when in doubt.
Fine.
All right. You stretch out your mind, Edwin, with your I assume you're ritual casting this.
Yeah.
All right, so 10 minutes of focus and push out your mind, and there's a dim glow of conjuration around this jar.
hmm.
Oh, it's
Stop
magical.
it.
Kind of.
Oh,
Kind of.
kind of.
It's
Kind of?
faint.
Gotta add sugar.
Oh my god.
In conjuration, so it's not delusion, so it's not hiding anything. Not enchantment, so it's not spell charm related.
I mean, I guess that would kind of explain how he got the cheese and crackers.
I suppose it would.
Yeah.
Told you Dragacorn brought the cheese and crack.
Of course he did, buddy.
Shut up, Boffin.
Dang it.
Just
Shut up,
bring
Offen, you're
tea
high.
and tea.
He
No,
tripping.
I'm short. I'm so short. You're high.
I'm tall.
Same thing.
It's not.
Well, I don't know about all that, but you sure were tripping all over yourself there, buddy.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. I'll be much better on my feet.
You're tired.
Yeah,
That's all. Big day.
big week, so much walking.
Gail's
I mean, I
just
can take it to
intermittently
the Wizard
cracking up
College
laughing.
tomorrow and see what it is.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that would be an excellent idea.
Because Edwin doesn't have identify.
Honestly, this kind of seems like something I would have seen in the barracks. Actually, I'd hear it from the men's barracks next door.
All right, well, let's make sure he gets to bed. And he's
I'm
sleeping.
in bed.
And can you sleep on your side for me?
Recovery position.
That way, if you throw up in the middle of the night, you don't suffocate on your own vomit.
Choke and drown.
Ew.
Why would they say such
Right.
terrible things about my new friend?
I am trying to look out for him. Dragacorn that I can't see.
Dragacorn would never let something happen to Boffin.
All right, well, that's fine.
Later.
All right, so who's drawing Dragacorn?
No one.
Rose, probably.
This creature can just live in our imaginations, right?
I don't think I could. I don't think I could give Dragacorn justice. In all honesty,
I mean, you kind of have to mimic. You kind of have to mimic Gravity Falls.
yeah.
Smile dip hallucinations.
Honestly.
Okay.
That's
Wasn't
the
this,
vibe I
wasn't
got.
this outlawed in Valerian?
This is gonna be really, really
We're gonna
niche. Has
find out.
anyone heard of Zatch Bell?
Yes, heard of it, never watched it.
There's like a horse on Zatch Bell, and I just keep picturing this horse with a dragon's body and eagle wing. Anyway, we're gonna make sure Boffin is in bed before we wind down for the night, I assume.
Yeah.
All right. Edwin, are you also going to bed and winding down, or are you going to go back to the study?
I mean, he's probably just gonna hang out in a room and just read.
Okay.
Ponder the new books he found. Give it to him.
All right. Marius, how
Yeah.
about you?
Marius has spend some time on the outside. He's going to hang out in the garden area.
Nice, yeah.
All right. Marius, what's everybody else doing real quick, actually?
Gail's probably gonna just borrow the study area for a little bit to try and work on a few a dose of antitoxin or something.
Okay.
A constructive use of time, to be sure.
All right, so you're brewing up, trying to brew up antitoxin potions. Often you're chilling with
Tripping.
Dragonborn. Edwin, you're in your room. Soliana, you've gone to bed.
After making sure, yeah.
The Boffin's in the recovery position.
Boffin is in the recovery position. We're
Often
gonna
just
have
offers this.
make sure we have something filling for him in the morning.
All right.
In the morning.
Um,
Remember, it needs to be filling for Boffin.
Marius, you get a little feeling in the back of your head. Now's a good time for that delivery. It was supposed to be for his eyes only, so
Mm.
it just pops into your head unbidden.
Oh crap! Right. I guess I do got that book. Yeah, he's gonna go back inside, rummage through his sack, and look for it.
Yeah, and the small wooden box is readily comes to your hand.
And we're gonna take it and knock on Edwin's door. Edwin, you got a second?
Yeah. What's up?
So, funny thing. I think I might have found something interesting when I was out on company business. The sober portion of it, I think. I don't remember. Anyways, I found this book. I wasn't sure if, I might have retraced our steps on the way. The point is this your book? Or do you know of this book? He's gonna hold it out.
Take it and look it over.
Right.
Doesn't think he dropped anything.
Edwin, you find yourself holding a book with wooden bindings and brass accents and clasp. There is no name on it. There are some decorative markings on the outside, leaves and trees and whatnot. It does look a little bit like a grimoire.
No, it's not mine. I don't know.
I'm sorry. I didn't know. I don't want to say they all look the same. That's not true. I know books are more your skill set, and you're
Fair enough. Did you
educated one.
look into it at all?
No, I haven't taken a look at it.
All right, so just unclasp it and open it.
Alright, as you do so, the room grows cold.
Oh no! Oh shit!
You
Oh
hear
shit!
a voice. There you are.
Oh no.
It's familiar to you, Edwin.
Oh, fuck.
He was worth hiring after all. And we're gonna break there.
What the?
Oh!
This is a bad time for shit to be happening, dude.
Oh no.
Save us, Dragon.
No.
Maybe don't throw out that tea. Maybe don't. Keep. Might take some.
Thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Mm.
Glad you're here. Good night.
Good
Good night. Good night.
Catch us next time. Don't forget to follow and all that.